All right, I'm gonna let you all come in. Oh, I'm excited because I was able to get my bagel. I'm taking off my coat so I can eat in comfort. I have not had a New York City bagel in so long, and I got it right here. Ah, I'm gonna put it on top of the heat. Make sure that it stays warm while we're getting ready for the text notification squad to get their text and come in. We came on earlier. I was in Manhattan running errands. There was no parking in Manhattan, so I had to drive up to the Bronx and get me a bagel, right? I went to the corner store, got me a New York City toasted sesame bagel with cream cheese. And New York City, not pastry, but New York City bread products are different than anywhere else in the world because in New York City, the water creates a different flavor to the bread, and we have a lot of immigrants. Let me just get my hands ready. Oh, yes, I cannot wait. Oh, I can't wait. Let me make sure my doors and stuff are locked because, this is still New York. I'm waiting for that text to go out. Let's see. When is it going to go out? I'm ready, ready, ready. Oh, it's already out. Come on in, text notification squad. We ready. We in here. All right. So this right here, let me show you all what I got right here. All right. All right. So look. So this is the way. It's falling apart because they cut it. All right. So here, I want you all to see. Look, I got some cream cheese on my finger. Yum, 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 yum. All right, look. I want you to see this gorgeousness that we have before us. Look at this. You see that golden brown color? And they put lots of cream cheese on it. They cut it in the middle. So look, I want you to just see that melted cream cheese on a cold winter's day. This always feels so good. And I haven't had one of these in years. Oh my goodness. Because, I was in California for so long. And then, here, look. So this is, you see how it looks splitting apart, all that nice cream in the middle. That's what she said. But yeah. All right. Look, you see it's yellow on the bottom from the cornmeal. Here, in case you want to hear some of the sesames, listen. Do you hear that? All right, here we go. I'm gonna take my first bite. Mmm. And you see how the cream cheese squeezes out? Mmm, mmm, mmm. 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 This is what I'm talking about. The bagel's so chewy. So chewy on the inside. So crisp on the outside. Listen. Mmm, 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 mmm. New York City bread products are unlike any bakery products, unlike anywhere else. The pizza dough, the bagels, because we have so many different cultures here. So I believe bagels are Jewish. They brought it in from the Jewish immigrants. The Italians brought in the pizza, but New York made it its own. You know. Also, reason why I came up to the Bronx is because everything is always more expensive in Manhattan. No matter what you get, it's always more expensive in Manhattan. This bagel was $2.75, toasted with cream cheese. And I was just like, wow, that's expensive. But mm, this is the cream cheese bursting out, spilling from the front. Mm, 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 mm. Welcome in. everybody. Shayna, tell me, Shayna, are bagels Jewish? I need to know. I need to know. Are bagels Jewish? Welcome in. Yes, I love yes. So I believe that bagels originated from the Jewish people who came here, from what it is that I hear. Because there's this famous bagel place where Jewish people go for their knishes and all of that other stuff in New York. I think it's called Lox Bagel or something like that. It's supposed to be the best. Something down in Manhattan. I've seen pictures of it. I haven't gone there myself because, you know, this is not vegan cream cheese. This is regular New York cream cheese. If you want vegan cream cheese, you can probably get that in California. But I was not interested in all of that. I'm interested in the regular New York City bagel. Oh, mm 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 mm. And the toasted sesames on top. Mmm. Mmm. It just adds a rich aromatic something. Mm 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 mm. Mm. I forgot the name of the bagel place. It's called something. It has a blue sign. Something. I don't even remember the name of it. Somebody told me about it. But it's down in Manhattan. They're famous for their bagels. Jewish people line up. All New Yorkers line up, but they have like Jewish delicacies there. So, mm mm mm. Somebody saying they love bagel thins. Nah, I wanted the bread this morning. Forget a thin. All of y'all with y'all newfangled new ways of doing things, bagel thins, cut bagel tops, um, vegan cream cheese and all of that. Nah, 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 nah. We're just interested right now in what we got right here. Oh my Lord, my thing is going. I can't. Oh, all right. So, where's my chat? Let me see. I'm my thing is messing up. My phone is messing up. All right. They have great bagel shops by Coney Island. I can imagine that. I can imagine that. Mm-mm-mm. Look, you see how the cream cheese is bursting out the sides? Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Bagels are German and from Israel. Sorry, I don't want to talk with food in my mouth. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Kiki wants some bagel mail to her. I don't know how that's gonna work. But you know, they should be able to stay fresh for the day in mailing. Mm. Would I ever travel to another country to meet a man I never met before? I personally wouldn't. But if a person was going to do that, they should make sure that their ticket, they should make sure that the person who is getting them the ticket sends them the money for the ticket, and all of the booking is on your email address in your name with your credit card. You get the booking number and all of that. Because what we don't want is we don't want him to change his mind based on whatever and then go and be able to change or cancel the ticket. We don't want that. So if you are, and make sure that you have a backup plan for someplace else that you can stay, you know, so that you are not left out in the cold. You just have to be safe. You know what I mean? In life, you got to take a certain amount of calculated risks. And all I'm saying is just make sure that you have a way back home and make sure he's paying for everything. If he's not paying for everything, do not go. Because he will pay for it for the woman he really wants to be out there and just maybe one for you. But when the time comes, a man knows how to find money for what he wants to find money for. That's what I'm gonna say on that. And MN is saying I would fund my own way. No, the hell you wouldn't. No, the hell you wouldn't. And no, the hell you wouldn't come and tell me about that either. Do not pay for any ticket to go visit a man. Do not pay. Have him send you that money and get the ticket yourself. What you do is you can contact the airlines. They can put the ticket on hold for you for 24 hours if you're going through the airlines directly. Even if you go through a discount site, you can just you can travel, go follow the links into that website, find the exact ticket for the time and everything with the same price, etc. Have him send you the money, put the ticket on hold for 24 hours, have him send you the money in a way that is not reversible. So have him send it via Cash App or Venmo or some other way. But do not pay for your own ticket. Do not pay for your place to stay. And no, you don't owe him any pussy when you get out there either. Because if he was buying sex, he could have just gone to a prostitute in his own area. If he wants you to come see him, he needs to come out of pocket. He needs to open up that pocket, wallet, and spend that money. You're a woman, you better rest in your damn femininity. Lemon is talking about how you pay it and he's the one courting you. You damn right. Don't play those games. Mm-mm. And Lauren is saying if he wants to see you, he will come see you. That actually is the better option. Let him be on unfamiliar ground. Entering into a man, unless you just, is this a country you visited before, a country you've always wanted to visit? It's always more risky that way. Because then you are dependent on a person and navigating with that person. As a woman, you don't want to be in that position. Just like some people tell me, oh, go on to Kevin Samuel's show. I'm like, no, tell him to come on my show, where the control is more in my hands. But they don't want that. They want to try to see a woman get embarrassed. Frank is saying date locally. I don't believe in long distance relationships. Mm-mm-mm. You're going to see a person in Ghana, you better stay your black ass at home. If he got money, he got papers. If he don't have no money, listen, let me tell you something. Do not go to Ghana to meet a man that you have not met before. You messing up my meal with this BS right now. You messing up my meal. You messing it. Somebody search the most famous bagel shop in Manhattan, New York City. I'm getting down to the last half of I'm gonna wait because this conversation is upsetting me. Let me put some lip gloss on. This conversation is upsetting me because you gonna go a man who doesn't have his papers. How did you meet this person? And you never met him before? Have you all video chatted? Do you even know who you're talking to? Have you had him take his camera out and show you around his area, inside the closet and under the bed? Tell him to contact me and let me vet him, because I have some people in Ghana. Let me go send somebody to come check him out in real life. Because this sounds like some BS to me. Listen, girl, if you're not a woman of the world and you don't really know your way around, like you see your girl Tanya, I travel and I have been able to keep myself safe. And some of you are like, oh, don't be distracted, Tanya, while I'm on camera. I keep myself safe because while I got one eye on you, I got another eye on my surroundings. You always see me. You always see me. I don't sleep. When I am out of the country, I don't even sleep 100. I don't sleep at my full capacity. When I'm outside of the country, like when I came back in from Nigeria and Ghana, I was able to rest. I slept for like 3 weeks straight. And then the pandemic hit me and then I got stuck in New York. But don't be like me, but I don't sleep fully. I don't sleep as hard as I can sleep when I am out of the country. You need to be prepared. You need to stay alert. And you talking about, because listen, tell homeboy to contact me and let's vet this mother. Okay. I don't have to act like that. Maybe it's real love. Maybe it's real love. Maybe it's real love. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. I'm new. I'm not mute. So she's gonna go to some other country. All right. Listen, maybe it's love. Maybe it's love. You're gonna go to some other country. Which other country are you going to? Listen, if it's a, you see, one of the things that you have to remember. You know what? I never did this video. Tiger Booty was just killed in Ghana. I never did the video. And they took down her Instagram page so that we could see the videos that she had up and stuff. Tiger Booty was killed in Ghana. If you're going to travel to a country that you've always wanted to visit and you're going to be meeting some, like there's a lot of factors here that are high risk. Going to meet somebody that you don't know and has never met, going to a country that you have never been before, and going to a country that may have questionable laws and questionable ways of protecting women. When you add all of those things together, you are taking a tremendous unnecessary risk. If something happens to you, who is going to be able to retrieve you? Tiger Booty sent a message to the US consulate the night before she was killed. She put on Twitter, check your messages, I sent you a message. Something was happening to her. And she couldn't get her white ass back out of the country. Come on. Come on. Somebody said, I heard you should act like a local instead of a foreigner. Let me tell you something. When you're traveling to these other countries, you move different. Your clothes are different. If you want to move like a local person, let me tell you something. I had to learn the hard effing way. Don't move like no effing local. Move like an American. Somebody who got some money to stay someplace safe. Somebody who got the money to travel and transport themselves in a safe way. It's cool to want to navigate like a local, but at the end of the day, you have to remember that people can see and know their own. If you got time to go there and buy the clothes on that land, buy the shoes on that land, dress like the people there, and walk and navigate like the people there, right? That's a different story. But people know when you are not from there and you get targeted. And there are too many high risk factors in that situation. Which country did the girl say him and her are thinking about going to? Which country? You're talking about trying to find love. Look, I know things are desperate in this situation, but my God. Now we looking for men who don't even have papers, who can't get visas. Somebody is saying, baby, I can't see that. She need counseling, digging for gold in the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't got time for dumb conversations. Listen, I feel you. I think that's the same thing. All right. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. Nikki's saying he probably don't have any money. Khadijah saying I would love hanging out with you. Thanks. I love hanging out with you all too. Mm. 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 You want black men to uplift black women, but you all But you all talk so bad about black men. We talk bad about bums. And if you have a problem with the type of people that we talk bad about, if you've aligned yourself with those people, then you deserve the smoke that they get. Come here with your damn nonsense, messing up my meal. I can't even eat in peace. I can't even eat in peace. Low Iris hungry now. There's something about watching people eat that does make you hungry. It triggers something on the inside. Mm-hmm. Somebody calling me Tasha, the nerve. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mmm. Crispy on the outside, tender, chewy on the inside. Like you should protect the weaker people around you, the physically weaker people around you, because it's the right thing to do, not because you expecting for them to jump down on their knees and suck your dick. Come on. Y'all done got my video demonetized now. Any advice for a virgin dating in this day and time? Don't tell them you're a virgin. Do not tell them that you're a virgin. Don't come out the door. Just tell them that your past sexual history is none of their business. Because I am a well-experienced woman, and every man that I date don't get to enter inside of me. And it ain't none of their damn business why they don't. I could have had a million or no partners. And if you don't make the cut, you don't make the cut. If you two get into a relationship and he cares about you for who it is that you are, because the last thing you want is to be a notch to him. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be a notch. So don't go telling every man that you're a virgin. Don't even think of yourself as a virgin. Just think of yourself as a woman who is choosing to have intercourse with who she chooses to have intercourse with. That's one thing that I learned as a sexually active woman. What you looking at? That's one thing I learned as a sexually active woman. You don't have to tell everybody what's going on, what's going on with your vagina. If they make it to the dating stage, you can reveal to them that you've never had intercourse before, but you don't want to be a challenge for them to try to bed you because you're a novelty. You don't want they fetishize that type of thing nowadays. And somebody saying Tasha getting them coins taken by Cardi B. Let me tell you something. I knew a vlogger who got 500,000 views, 100,000 views per video. She was making $75,000 a month. These YouTubers out here, once you see that they're getting 1 million views per video, and this situation has only made her more famous with the people who rock with her. She's become worldwide, world known. Like everybody knows her. She's been put on the map. So trust and believe. People love a good villain. Trust and believe. Tasha K will rise again from this. She will rise again. I'm going to go home and I'm going to, what would be good right now? Some salsa water would be real refreshing right now. But I heard salsa water depletes your calcium. That's why I never got an at-home soda machine. Carbonated water, I heard, depletes your calcium. This is what I heard. I read that because I was going to get an at-home soda machine, and I read about how it depletes the calcium from your bones. I really don't know. It has a blue sign. I don't know if it's Noah's Bagel. I wrote it down somewhere. I don't know. Mm, mm, mm. I'm almost done with my bagel, which means I'm about to get on. I only got a little tiny piece left. Mmm. But you know what? Don't take my word for it. Look into it because studies say that it's inconclusive about whether or not it depletes your calcium, but I wasn't willing to take that chance. You know what I mean? My fingers touching everything. Mmm. Ginger ale is soda, and ginger ale nowadays has high fructose corn syrup in it. So you want to be careful with your ginger ale. All right. Mmm. That was the last piece of the bagel right there. Mm, 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 mm. That was good. My bag fell on the floor. Mm, 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 mm. All right. Mmm. Mmm. That was good. You can ferment your own ginger beer. I made ginger beer during the pandemic. I got some ginger at home right now. I can stand to make some ginger beer. I should do a music video review for Lick. Mm. What guy is trying to get my attention? Let me know. What's his name that's trying to get my attention? Mmm. That bagel was so good. It really hit the spot. Oh my God. There's nothing like getting something that you're craving when you're craving it and having it be exactly what you needed and wanted. Mmm. Mmm, 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 mmm. Ginger beer is a fermented ginger drink. So you just get some yeast, some sugar, some ginger, and some filtered water. And you put them all together. And within 3 days, you grate up that ginger or chop it up real fine. 3 days, you have yourself some, and then you put it inside of some bottles. You close the cap so that the carbonation can do its thing. And then you have yourself some ginger beer in a few days. No, it's not alcoholic. It's not alcoholic. It's not alcoholic. I'm thinking about doing my cookbook this year because I've been wanting to do the cookbook for so many years and I just never did it. And over the pandemic, I racked up a lot of delicious recipes that I want you all to try. I could be doing some kombucha too. I got my SCOBY just sitting there. And my SCOBY has given birth so many times that the half of the jar is SCOBY. So my SCOBY has given birth so many times that my kombucha ferments in a day because there's so much bacteria in there, you know? So I need to give away some of these SCOBYs because I just have too many. Dip is saying we still don't know the bagel joint. I don't know the bagel joint either, but I don't publicize any names anyway. So any corner store, this New York sounds for you. Any corner store in New York, any corner store in New York can give you a toasted bagel. Anyone, all of them got good bagels. You know, it's not like in other cities where you got to go to Einstein or all of these other places to try to get bagels. Every place in New York, because New York is the capital of bread product. You know? New York got the best bagels, it got the best pizza dough, even though what's that? Chicago pizza comes in a close second. Like Chicago pizza is delicious. I can rock with some Chicago pizza now. Oh my Lord. Phone is dropping. All right. I can rock with some Chicago pizza. Whew, man, this was so good. What a nice little segue. All right. So let's see. Mm, mm, mm. It is all in the water. I was making pizza crust at home during the pandemic. Oh, that pizza crust came out so good. Mm, 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 mm. I can't wait to do my cookbook. But the thing is that it doesn't like when like the cookbook, like it doesn't seem like the right trying to get my thing in the middle. It doesn't seem like the right time to make the cookbook because everything is not perfect. But it wasn't a perfect year to do the makeup pack either. But I did the makeup pack anyway, and the makeup pack was wildly successful in terms of getting it into the hands of people and just getting everything made. So I'm thinking I'm just going to force myself to just do the cookbook. The only thing is that I know that I have to take beautiful photos of the food, you know? Somebody saying the Chinese food is delicious. It used to be. I used to think it was delicious, but these people in these restaurants got some very nasty ways, and I haven't gone to one of those restaurants in quite a time. But you know what? I was ordering takeout from a particular joint, but you got to be careful in New York. You got to be careful anywhere where it comes to certain types of people food because they like people who got nasty attitudes and stuff like that. I like before I order any place from any of these these phone ordering places that do the deliveries and all of that. I call and I ask them questions and I see what their attitude is like dealing with the public. If they got a stank attitude, that's it. I do not order from them. If they're pleasant and they answer questions and they're happy to answer questions, like just call them and just start asking them questions about the food. Do they use MSG, this, that, and the other? And if they like, if they start acting stupid on the phone, don't order from them. But if they answer your questions and they got some manners and they got some sense about their damn selves, you go order. But you got to be very careful. It's hard to find a good Chinese restaurant because the ones in the hood are so disrespectful to Black people that I don't even understand why we're still patronizing these places. And then we complain about the fur on the chicken and all this other stuff, and the them taking our money, and you send your kids there with a 20 and they come back with change from a 5 and stuff like that. It's like you you just have to be careful. And we keep somebody talking about some Guyanese fried rice is the best one. Maybe because there's a lot of Asian people in Guyana. A lot of Asian people in Guyana. Somebody said, I'm wrong for what? No, 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 no. You know how they be acting. They be like, how are you talking? And you be like, oh, that's how you want to get down. That's how they sound when they start screaming on the phone. I've spoken to them before, and they just start hollering, and you're trying to ask them questions, and you're like, oh, and they're like, oh, what are you talking about? It's just too much. And if anybody has a problem with me sounding like that, I am mimicking what it is that I hear when these people start hollering at me. So they need to contact some of these places and get upset with them at the fact that they're hollering like that. That's what they need to do. They need to be upset with the people hollering like that. I'm sorry. That's how they be acting. And then you don't order from them. You be like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. What's the difference between American fried rice and Guyanese fried rice? Let's see. The difference is, let's see what they say the difference is. It's not showing up. It's taking forever to come up. What's the difference? It's not showing. Uh, it's not showing. You just have to move on from there. Somebody doesn't know where to go to from New York. It depends on what type of weather you want, you know. And Journey is saying, I like making my own Asian food. I have never been able to master the Asian taste at home. I don't know what magic they're putting inside of their food, but like Chinese people got a secret that is not in the Chinese grocery stores because they're putting something in there that just gives it a wonderful flavor. and they say that MSG enhances the flavor of food, but then you talk to these places and they say they're not using MSG, but it's still it's still delicious, you know? So yeah, they say they're not using MSG. Some people are very sensitive to MSG, so they have to disclose whether or not they have it in there. Exactly. It gives people a headache. Exactly. Exactly. I'm even sensitive to soy. Like soy sauce, I'm sensitive to soy sauce and it gives me a headache. I cannot eat even a little bit of it. Right now, I cannot replicate Chinese food flavor no matter what. Yeah, there's something going on. There's something about their frying process, something, because I know that you do better with the fried rice if it comes out of the refrigerator cold, but still, I've never been able to master the flavor. Yeah, and if you go into Chinatown, like the food that they're eating in Chinese restaurants is very, I don't know. I don't know. All right. So listen, I have it's 12 noon. Let me get inside the house because I got to get vitamin E orders out today and I wanted to do that video on Fresh and Fit, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do the video now because I really don't have enough time because the pickup for the vitamin E orders is going to be coming at 6. So I have about 30, no, I have about I got about 10 to get out. No, 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 no. I got about yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't worry, I got it. I got it. Somebody's saying peanut oil. Hmm. All right. Wet market. Oh, no, you don't want that inside your food. So yeah, I am thinking about doing my cookbook this year, but we have to see how that goes. We have to see how it goes. Substitute soy sauce with liquid aminos. I started using nama shoyu, which is a fermented raw soy sauce. And I don't have any headache problems with that. But I'm going to look into the liquid aminos. I bought some years ago and I didn't like the flavor. But something that I've learned to really kind of just love recently, nutritional yeast. Like it's so good. Like a few of my recipes have I've tried toasted sesame seed oil. It is not a few of the recipes in my cookbook have the what am I the nutritional yeast in it. Coconut aminos. All right. Hey Rashita. You know what? I want to do a broadcast behind the scenes with the people from the text notification squad because I feel like we need to catch up. We were catching up the other day and and we weren't able to really finish fully catching up. So listen, thank you for coming along with me on this mukbang journey. I know my boobs are all in the camera looking all big and everything. Well, I'm stacked. What can I say? I'm blessed. I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? Hey. But nonetheless, listen, even with the sesame seed oil, the ginger and the garlic, it just doesn't come out the same. I'm telling you. There's something else. There's something else. Tanya, you're still on the text notification squad, right? Let me get off of here because time is running down. All right. Fish sauce. It could be that because that's one of the ingredients. Oyster sauce, I believe it is. That's one of the ingredients inside of inside of so many of the dishes. Black salt, liquid smoke. They're not putting no liquid smoke in Chinese food. What are you talking about? I think it's the oyster sauce because I bought some oyster sauce when I was in California, but I didn't feel right about it, so I never used it. I was like, nah, I can't be trying to stay away from animal product and eating some oyster sauce. So I just was like, nah. Somebody said, am I born in New York or a transplant from Jamaica? I never even been to Jamaica. So what are you talking about? Oh, if I was a transplant from a place I'd never even been to, girl, listen. Brown soy sauce, fish sauce, oyster sauce, Maggie's, MSG, regular soy hoisin, and still don't get the fit. Thank you. This is what I'm saying. I have tried those things too. Hoisin sauce is Korean though. I have tried. I cannot get the same flavor. And I think it has something to do with I really don't know. There's something that they're not telling us. Somebody needs to infiltrate and go work in a Chinese kitchen. Twana is saying, how do I send a message to you? Which means that you've never even clicked into the description of a video, which means do you really need to be sending me a message if you don't know who I be? You know? Shaoxing wine. Oh, Shaoxing wine and MSG. It's not MSG. My family is from Nevis. Somebody's saying St. Kitts now because St. Kitts is the larger island, but it's Nevis. Hoisin is Korean, isn't it? I thought Hoisin was Korean. I always thought hoisin was Korean for some reason. Hoisin sauce is delicious, but you trying to send me the recipe? Oh my Lord. Okay, send me the recipe, but I'm telling you. Now somebody's saying St. Lucia. I need to get to St. Lucia. I've seen some videos of St. Lucia recently, and St. Lucia is beautiful. Rice vinegar does not do it. I'm telling you, I've tried almost everything. I've tried almost everything. Nothing gets the flavor. Nothing. You know, you can get close to the flavor with ginger, sesame seed oil, and garlic. You can get close to the flavor, but you cannot get that rich, pungent flavor. You cannot get it. St. Kitts and Nevis is their sister islands. So they're two different islands. But there's a little bit of a rivalry between St. Kitts and Nevis because St. Kitts is the more developed, larger island, and Nevis is the smaller, underdeveloped island. So the people on Nevis have all of this natural beauty. And so they relish in the natural beauty. And then the people on the island of St. Kitts, you know, they have movie theaters and malls and that type of stuff. Nevis is it's quiet as kept. I don't like talking about Nevis in videos because I don't want people to go there. I want Nevis to stay quiet and I want Nevis to just stay peaceful and placid. So I don't talk about it too much. So if you want to say Jamaica, go ahead and say Jamaica. I don't even know how to do a Jamaican accent. Jamaican accent is very distinct. Twana says, I've worked with an Asian man. He taught me. No, he didn't. Unless he was in love with you now, Twana. Come on now. Tell us the real secret of what was going on. Uh-huh. Maybe he was trying to impress you, so he told you the secret. Okay, send it to me. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to try it out. Some muscular man is walking past. Hey. Okay. All right. All right. Nonetheless, lesser than none, lesser than none. All right. Do they even eat the food they cook for us? You know, they adopt food for the taste of people in that area. Because I'm telling you, I love Thai food. I love Thai food, but then I love Thai food, but then I went and hung out with some Thai people and the food that they cooked, because I was like, when I was living in my car, I would just go wherever. It was such a freeing time, right? It was such a freeing time when I lived in my car, right? And oh, what a nice place to rest. Listen, it was such a freeing time when I lived in my car because you could go anywhere, do anything. And I was near Palo Alto, California, and I met this Thai woman, and she was like, "Oh, I'm going to this retreat, this Buddhist retreat. You can come with me." And I was living in my car at the time, so I was like, "Sure, why not?" So she was like, "It's a Thai Buddhist retreat." And so I came and I was like, "Oh, is there going to be Thai food there?" She was like, "Yes, all authentic Thai, so much of it." Let me tell you. So I go to this Buddhist retreat and they start cooking up the Thai food. And when I tell you the funk coming out of that kitchen, because you know they were fermenting a lot of stuff smelled like boiled socks. And by the time they got all of that food together, It was nothing like it was nothing like there was no coconut curry sauce. It was a bunch of pickled weird looking lettuce. It was a bunch of peppers and veggies that was all soggy in some sort of fermented funk juice. And it was like noodles that looked like worms. And I was like, oh, and she was like, and they say, what do they say? Oh, it's not annyeonghaseyo, it's not kamsamnida. They say swadika. They're like, and so I'm the only black person there, right, at this Buddhist retreat that this woman brought. And I love Thai food so much. And they were presenting the bowls to me, and they were like, Sawadee Sawadee. And I was like, oh yes. And I went and I started tasting the stuff, and they were looking at me nodding, and I was like, hmm, hmm. And I had to like put the stuff, like I had to like hide the stuff under my napkin and stuff. And then I had to go to the kitchen when no one was looking, or I thought no one was looking, but there were women, like or there was never a time that there wasn't women in the kitchen. Like the women stayed in, like some of the women, they didn't even go to eat, they just stayed in the kitchen. And it was like, they had all of the Buddhist monk men there, and the women were relegated to the kitchen. So I even went to the kitchen, and they were like, oh no, let me take that for you. And I was like, oh, and they were like, you want more? And I was like, oh, oh, so full, so full. But then they were like, oh, let me take that plate for you. And then I didn't want them to know that I didn't eat the food. So I had to put it in a napkin and like ball up the napkin, put the napkin in my sleeve. And then I had to like go out and then dump it into like the garbage outside, because they were like, oh, and so it was just like, I just didn't even want to. It was too much. It wasn't the coconut curry and all of that stuff. It was just some stuff that were not suitable for my American taste. So I'm just telling you all, right? I'm just telling you all that the Chinese food, somebody's triggered. The Chinese food that you're eating in the United States has been created for American taste buds, right? I really did. I had to hide that food, and it was unbelievable. Oh, and then I had the weirdest reaction, right? On the night that the ceremony was ending, right? Let me turn off. No, I don't want to turn this off. I need to get going. Okay. On the night that the ceremony was ending, um, there was this cookie, and the cookie was so delicious, right? It was a cookie shaped like a clam. It was like a butter cookie shaped like a oyster, like like the clam shell. It was shaped like that. It was a butter cookie, but when I ate it, it did not want to stay in my stomach, because I was so hungry from not eating food that when I saw those cookies, I was like, oh. So I ate like four of them, and the food didn't want to stay in my stomach. It was like, it revolted against my stomach. It was the weirdest thing, because I was like, I don't know what's inside those butter cookies. Um, so I actually spent some time in Mexico, and the Mexican food. I mean, the Mexican food is different than Taco Bell Mexican food, right? But it's not different than the Mexican food that they're serving in California. Go to those trucks out there. You know what you do? If you go to California, drive around the ghettos of LA, right? And oh, hold on, I'm getting a call in. Hold on. All right. Sorry about that. I just got a phone call in. So nonetheless, so no, go to one of those trucks that are out there in the ghettos of that are in the ghettos of Los Angeles where the workers work. You you'll get yourself some good Mexican food, right? You talking about some Mexican food on a resort? I hope you left the resort to get some Mexican food, but nonetheless, go to those trucks and get you some the food that where you see the workers eating, like the Mexican workers, and you'll see it's very delicious. One of the things that I realized when I was in Mexico, sour cream, they don't eat sour cream on their, and they don't have burritos. They don't have sour cream and they don't have burritos. Like the word burrito is actually funny to them. Apparently, burrito is a little, what is a burro? A bull, right? Burro, or is it a donkey? So a burrito is like a little donkey, burrito, como burro, right? And so when I went to Mexico and I was asking for a burrito, they were like, right? They were not feeling what I was saying. But they do have this Mexican cheese, this crumbling cheese and this kind of string white cheese. So yeah, the food is a little bit different, but it's not much different than the ones that they serve at those trucks and in Mexican restaurants in California. So I would say that came with Cuba, never eat the Americanized food. Yeah, well, I don't know. What about the Cuban sandwiches in Miami? When I used to eat meat, I had a Cuban, when I used to eat chicken and stuff like that, I had a Cuban sandwich in Miami and it was good. It was good. Anyway, listen, the time is passing on, the day is going, and I will see you all in if we can get a broadcast in tonight. Is it queso fresco? It could be queso fresco, but there's this white cheese that's crumbled and this really white cheese that is like the white cheese that's crumbled. It tastes a little sour and salty, really, really salty. And it's placed on top of like refried beans, right? And the and the ugh, what am I thinking? And the other one, it's everywhere. Like the queso blanco, I don't even know. No, 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 no. Oaxaca. That's what it's called. It's called Oaxaca cheese. And apparently there's this place in northern Mexico called Oaxaca, and that's where the cheese comes from. It's not cojita, it's Oaxaca. I think it starts with an O. Oaxaca. Oaxaca. This dude is passing by. Look, come on. Keep it moving. All right. Somebody's about to spit. It's not feta, but it tastes very much like feta, but it's not feta. All right. All right. Don't spend your last $10 on cheese, girl. Yeah. All right. I will see you all in the next video. Hopefully I can get everything that I need to get done today, and then we will yeah, I gotta get back to work. Yes, well, that's how it's spelled. Summer put it up. Oaxaca. Okay. Yes, that cheese right there. That is the quintessential Mexican cheese right there. Right here. This is not my car to have tints on it. My car is still in California. My car is in California. It's strange how the difference I had between when Dust was looking at me and the muscular dude was looking at me. One guy I wanted to repel, the other one, a little hello, you know what I'm saying? A little hello. All right, let me get going. Let me get going. I know I keep saying that. I know I keep saying that. It's just that you all, it's so good hanging out with you all. I'll stay for a few more minutes, and then we'll get out of here definitely before we reach the hour. But yes, my time in Mexico was so good. I loved it there. I was in Jalisco, and it was so beautiful. You want to talk about paraíso? It was so beautiful. And for the 4th of July in Puerto Vallarta, there are so many Americans there that they actually had a fireworks show for the 4th of July. I was surprised to see that. I was surprised to see that. All right. So nonetheless, let me get ready to taco trucks in Queens are the best. There, where's the taco truck in Queens? Send me the recipe, Twana. Just go to TanyaTKO.com and click on contact. Send me the recipe that your Asian lover passed on to you because I know that you all were more than just friends. You can't lie to me. I know you were more than just friends. I know you were more than just friends. And he went and gave up all the ancient Chinese secrets to you, girl. I know. Or maybe he wanted to be more than just friends. Many Black women are moving to Mexico. I don't blame Black people for moving. You know, this country is becoming ridiculous in so many different ways, but maintain your American citizenship so that you can do the things that you need to do. Twana is saying, no, 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 just co-workers. Well, you don't know what he wanted. Because I can guarantee you, if he was giving you the ancient Chinese secrets, he was, you never know. You never know. He might have been wanting to dive in the chocolate waters. Ah! Yes, you know, so I want to try the recipe. Yes, I want to try it. It's vegetarian. Let me see, because I know that there's something in there that is from something else that I have not tried. So I want to see that. All right. So listen, I don't know why I was talking with that voice. I think that's my projected voice. There are no Canadians in here. I'm just joking. There's probably a Canadian in here. All right. How close are we? All right. We're at 57 minutes. I'll see you all in the next video. It's always hard saying bye. I'll see you all. Peace.